Welcome back to Best Bets, guys. Episode number 2. Last week we got off to a bit of a shaky start. Got a couple, missed a couple. Hopefully we'll do better this week. First game that I'm going to hit this week is Richmond versus the Lions at the Gabba. I'm going to take Richmond minus 3.5 at the moment is the amount of points that you're getting. Considering Richmond's great record against the Lions, they've won the last 5 by more than 25 points. So considering it's only 3.5, they are at home. The Lions are at home. Richmond are missing Tom Lynch, but I still think their system is just a little bit too much. And they say styles make fights, and I think Richmond have got the Lions number. So Richmond 3.5 minus 3.5 on the line is my first bet of the week. Number 2 is the Sydney Roosters plus 2 against the Penrith Panthers. So the Sydney Roosters, back-to-back defending champions. My pick to win the comp this year. Had a bit of a shaky game last week against the Rabbitohs. Got absolutely smacked by 50 or something in the end. Penrith have been the best team all year. But when it comes to the finals, I do trust the Roosters. Trent Robinson has been proven to be a great coach when it comes to the finals. The Roosters have been proven to be a great team. And I think they'll get it done. I think they'll win head-to-head. But giving them 2 points just to be on the safe side is probably good. So bet number 2, Sydney Roosters plus 2.5 on the line against Panthers. The third game we're going to look at is Man City versus Leeds in the EPL in the Premier League. Man City had a shocking last week against Leicester, 5-2. But they're coming up against Leeds, who have played really well, been exciting to watch. Their defense hasn't been great, though. They did keep a clean sheet against Sheffield United last week, but Sheffield, I could score more goals than that whole team could at the moment. So that's not much to say about Leeds' defense. I think City will rebound, and 133, pretty good price for Man City versus a newly promoted team. So I'll chuck that in there as well. Continuing in the Premier League, we have Wolverhampton Wanderers, the Wolves. $1.45 against Fulham. Fulham's been one of the worst teams in the league. Their defense, not very good. Swiss cheese, a lot of holes in there. Wolves had a shocker against West Ham, but I think they'll rebound this week. As you can see, there's a common theme this week of taking teams that are going to rebound. Usually if they have a shocker the week before, the odds are going to be a lot better for the next week, and that's why you're getting $1.45 for the Wolves against Fulham. It's looking pretty good. That's 2 EPL multis, and now let's move to the NFL. So the NFL theme continues. We've got the Baltimore Ravens minus 13.5 against the Washington Redskins. No, not Redskins anymore. Not very politically correct of me. They're the Washington football team now. They've changed their name this year. They're at home against the Ravens. Washington have been horrendous this year. A lot of effort, but not much being shown for it on the field. The Ravens did come up short in their big top-of-the-table clash against the Chiefs last week, but I think they'll rebound this week against the Washington, and 13 to 2 touchdowns. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Lamar Jackson wants to rebound. That Ravens defense will be blitzing. Those corners will be shutting down the wide receivers, and I think Haskins is going to be throwing a lot of interceptions. So, yeah, that's a good bet. $1.89 at the moment. Ravens minus 13. It's a pretty good bet. Next one up, we have the New England Patriots. No more Tom Brady, but plus 7 against the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to have a little bit of a letdown after they got up for last week's game against the Ravens. The Patriots do have a really good system and good play style to verse the Chiefs. They're a very run-oriented team. They keep hold of the ball, keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. Belichick, what more do you need to say? His best coach maybe that's ever lived. And he has proven he's had a lot of success against Mahomes. And you're giving him a whole touchdown. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good bet. $1.82 at the moment. Add that in there. Staying with the NFL, we have the Seattle Seahawks minus 6.5 against the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins have been better this year. Not as bad as they have been for the last couple of years, but Seattle have been the standout team. Them and the Packers have been the standout teams of the season so far. So I think 6.5, less than a touchdown. I don't think that's enough. I think the Seattle Seahawks will win by at least 7, hopefully, for the bet to get up, but win by at least 7. But I think it's a pretty good bet. And then my outsider of the week is Collingwood to beat West Coast. They're paying $3 at the moment for Collingwood to beat West Coast. I just think one of the flag favourites at the start of the year, Collingwood, they do have some injuries. But I think $3 is just odds you can't give up against West Coast. So yeah, and they're paying 12.5. They got 12.5 on the line. So if you're not confident they're going to get the win, you can get 12.5 points head start and still get $1.90 for it, which is pretty good in anyone's books. If you combine those all together, you're looking at about $90 multi. So put $5 in that $90 multi. Let me do the maths. $445 if it comes off. Put a tenner on it. You're looking at a decent odds. So hopefully I have better luck this week. Like, subscribe if you like this series. Comment if you put any of these bets on. Hopefully they get up. That'll be all for me today, and I'll see you guys next week.